Hi. One thing that our worksheet on Amazon's EC2 system got me thinking about was cloud computing and its future and its present and just what it's like as a business. And as one might expect, it's definitely a growing business. But at the same time, it's one that's almost completely controlled by Amazon. Their market share is absolutely huge. Of Amazon's market share is currently 5 times that of its 14 closest competitors combined. So huge, absolute domination, not even close. And so going forward, we would definitely expect them to have a huge influence in cloud computing going forward. Right now, their market share is $3 billion. Their revenue from their EC2 services is $3 billion, and I would assume that's expected to grow as the overall cloud computing industry is expected to grow 36% per year for the next 3 years, and it's supposed to reach a total of 20 billion by 2016. So definitely a huge area of growth. And so while Amazon definitely has dominance right now, there is a chance that they're going to lose some of that dominance, and it's probably going to happen as some of the other big companies really start to get into the cloud computing industry. So right now, Microsoft has their Azure platform that it's definitely on the way up, and it'll be interesting to see how that changes in the future. And then Google just launched fairly recently their Google Compute Engine, which is their cloud computing services. And so with pretty much anything Google does, I'm sure they'll put a lot of money and effort into it, and so it'll be interesting if that can take some of Amazon's market share. And those are really the two big companies that you hear about that are trying to compete with Amazon. But there are definitely a bunch of other smaller companies out there right now, such as Rackspace, that might be able to also take some of the market share away from Amazon. So now, one of the natural questions to ask about after learning about Amazon's market dominance in cloud computing is it deserved? And so last year, exactly a year ago, an independent analyst company called Cloud Spectator did a study on the performance of Amazon EC2, and it compared it to 9 of EC2's closest competitors. So what they found was that in performance-wise, it was pretty average. The CPU performance was 2% above the average of all of the cloud computing companies. Its memory performance was 36% above average, so definitely a bit higher. And however, its disk performance was a lot lower at 68% below average, and its VPN performance was also a fair bit lower at 49% below average. However, they do make up for this in stability, where the CPU performance was 10% more stable, 10% above average for stability. Memory performance was 15% above average for stability, and while the disk did have the slower performance at 68% below average, they were 91% more stable than average. And the VPN, however, was just 5% more stable. So it's definitely, while it definitely shows that Amazon is keeping up with the market, though definitely not destroying it in terms of performance. And one might expect that their dominance really has more with the fact that they got out there first and have a good system going about how to work rather than the actual performance of their computers being superior. So it'll definitely be interesting to see if they can hold this dominance as in the future, and how it grows, and even if they don't, if it still manages to grow. Right now, the $3 billion it's fairly small compared to Amazon's over $50 billion in revenue, but I would still, given the growth of cloud computing, I would still expect that to grow, and we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching.